Yeah.
Uh-oh. You're on?
Uh-oh.
Hello, folks out there in Facebook land. We got a great show tonight. We're going to be busy, a lot of talking. We have a special guest, Luna, the Australian cattle dog that has a little bit of a nipping problem, and we're going to do a little demonstration. You're lucky enough to be on Facebook, so on a 7-minute break, we're going to take Luna out and we're going to socialize her. She has what we describe as leash aggression, but listen to the program, and we have a lot of exciting things to talk about. And stay with us during our breaks, and we'll focus in. Actually, Luna's dad is outside. We're keeping him separate because I feel as he's a part of the problem, right? She has leash aggression, and we're going to talk in detail about leash aggression and how simple, what it is, and how to correct it. And it's kind of simple stuff. Why dogs bite. I'm working on a court case right now in St. Petersburg, Florida, where a police dog bit somebody, and we'll just talk about the anatomy of a dog's mouth, their canine teeth. They bite. News alert, dogs bite. So we have a few minutes. We're going to get started, and we'll see if you have any questions, comments. Got my scotch, my coffee. Call in. The lovely Danielle's behind the scenes. Anybody listening, Post Malone, Steve, who's ever out there.
Who's the next victim?
Yeah, the Black Widow, the next victim. Yeah, we're going to get started. Oh, let's see.
Danielle's watching, I'm watching.
Who's watching?
2 or 3 viewers.
How many?
How many views did we get last week?
That's all right. Let her run down for a few
382.
minutes.
Okay. What'd you say?
382.
That's it? I think you said 300 and something.
Yeah, cookies.
Oh,
382.
oh, 382.
What did you think she just said?
I just heard 82.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. Have questions, comments. This is going to be, I think, a good example. We don't have before video. I wish we did. But if we did, you'd see the dramatic change. And then we're going to have Dad come in, Jonathan, and after our first segment, come in and talk about whatever. I don't know. I literally put a leash on Luna 5 minutes ago. Or 10 minutes ago before we came here. So we're going to talk about that. Why does the leash create aggression? So bring her up now. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Give her a little treat. Good. And then just leave it there. Correct her off, because she does, I think part of these problems was over food. He bet him going to the refrigerator and stuff. So, yeah. What's so funny?
You.
I'm funny, haha, or funny looking?
Funny.
Hee hee ha
I
ha.
said looking.
Is your mother watching tonight or listening?
No, she's not yet.
What's the matter with her?
Sandy's watching.
Who?
Leia's mom.
Leia's mom.
Sandy.
Hi, Leia's mom.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. All right, I'm all excited.
You probably hear Luna breathing over the mic.
What's that?
You can hear her breathing over the mic. So,
And then so during the break, you'll just go tell him to come in, set him up over here, right? Like a real
In
producer.
5, 4, 3.
Oh. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Dish on Dogs, the show about dogs, the dog brain, the human brain. I'm your host, Mike Gould, affectionately known as the mayor of Hounds, USA, home to the happiest dogs on earth. With, we're growing our pet care franchise pretty rapidly now. So we always talk a little bit about what's going on there. I'm joined, of course, by the lovely Ashley Pizzo.
Hello.
And then we have our special guest tonight, a very special guest, Luna, the Australian
Shepherd.
Shepherd, cattle dog, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so Luna's here because she has what we call leash aggression. Leash aggression. Leash aggression is it's something that's manifested by unnatural behavior, right? So when we hold dogs on a leash or tether them to something, they become aggressive. We see it all the time. It's relatively easy to fix. So anyway, yeah. So Houndstown, USA is home to the happiest dogs on earth. Houndstown, USA, for those people who have never heard of it, it's a fully interactive pet care facility, meaning dogs are placed in packs. Of course, they're pack animals. They're placed in groups based on their size, age, and temperament, and they play all day. So we have some exciting news regarding that. Our Hicksville location just opened. It's out on South Broadway in Hicksville. Just opened Sunday, and they're already booked for spring break.
Easter, yeah.
Easter.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So if you live in that area, and you need quality pet care where your dogs can be dogs, they can hump, jump, and dump without getting yelled at and screamed at. It's a place where dogs can go, and the pressure of human life is taken off them, and they can sniff each other's butts, they run around, they do what dogs want to do, not what humans think dogs want to do. So Hicksville had their grand opening. They're really excited. It's a beautiful facility. It's huge. I think it's 8,000 square feet. It's fantastic. If you contact them, tell them you heard us on the radio, you'll get a free temperament evaluation and a free day of daycare.
Yep.
So that's in Hicksville, South Broadway. If you want to know about any of these locations, just go on our website, houndstownusa.com, and Google all the different locations. You'll see us in Detroit, Pittsburgh, Nashville, Atlanta. Coming soon, which we're really excited about, is Orlando, Florida. So everybody's excited about Orlando, Florida. So we're going to be opening several locations. At least that's the plan. So we're excited about that. What else? Garden City. Garden City is going to be having their grand opening. They had their soft opening. They're taking appointments for temperament tests. So folks, if you're interested in getting a free temperament evaluation and scheduling a free day of daycare, in Garden City on Stewart Avenue, right by, it's like centrally located in
It's
Nassau.
right by Roosevelt Field Mall.
Right by Roosevelt Field Mall, right by Nassau Community College, right near Winthrop Hospital, right by the Nassau County Court buildings. I mean, literally within a mile or two of all these things. So if you work in the hospital, you work in the courthouse, and you're leaving your dog home for hours and hours, let them have fun. Let them be dogs. And go visit our friends Colleen and Ann in Garden City. It's on Stewart Avenue. So that's exciting news. I got to wish my sister Joanne down in Florida happy birthday. She's down there with my lovely sister. Yeah, she's down there with my sister Judy, and they're probably drinking wine right now. So I want to give them a shout out. So then we've been talking actually about, what have we been talking about? Actually, dog bites. So if you think about Ethel, last week we had this wonderful woman named Ethel. Her dog name was Jack. He had nipped, bit, whatever you want to call it. There's dogs bite. Dogs bite. They have canine teeth that are designed to rip. That's what they do. They rip and crush. Unlike us, where we grind and chew, they rip and crush things. So their canine teeth are designed to rip things apart. You watch them rip their toys apart, their squeaky toys apart. They rip their, furniture, whatever. They use their canine teeth for that. So dogs bite. It's a question of what they bite, when they bite, and why they bite. So they have there's no other mechanism for them to resolve their conflict except their teeth. They don't have thumbs, they don't have hands, they can't make a phone call, they can't open a door, they can't do anything. So they're at our mercy. Then to add to that problem, they're pack animals, they're social pack animals. And if they don't have leadership, many dogs, if they don't have leadership, especially actually fear-motivated dogs, most dogs that bite are somewhat fearful.
Right.
And it's usually genetic. And we're going to talk about that with Luna. We're going to find out when Jonathan, Luna's dad, comes in. But most dog bites are caused by fear-motivated aggression. So that requires the humans to be leaders and give the dog structure so they don't have to bite everything that they're afraid of. And fearful dogs are afraid of everything. They're afraid of leaves, they're afraid of vacuum cleaners, they're afraid of the front door, the doorbell ringing. So last week we had Ethel and Jack on. And really what annoyed me so much, and it doesn't happen that often, but Ethel, the dog bit her brother, puncture. It's a puncture wound. That's what those teeth do. Look at their teeth. When they clamp down on something, they puncture it. Whether it's another dog at doggy daycare, whether it's your hand, your leg, you're going to get a puncture wound. And to me, it's analogous. For those of you on Facebook, I'm not giving you the finger, but I smashed my finger, right, with a battery. So I don't blame the battery. My point being, dog bites are 9 times out of 10 just kind of superficial. They could get infected, of course. And if you put your face by the dog and you get bit by the face, that can be horrific. And that's why children are the #1 victims of dog bites, because they're low to the ground. They're pretty much, lower to the ground as the dog's mouth. So Ethel's dog, Jack, bit a few people. All over the same thing, although she described it as it happened for no reason whatsoever. And I'm here to tell you, there's always a reason. We just don't know about it. And I'm not saying I have all the answers. I don't by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, psychologists and psychiatrists don't know how the human mind works. They don't know how the mind of a serial killer works. Dogs are not serial killers. They have no psychosis. They're either safe and secure or they're not. And if they perceive something that they're uncertain about, they use their mouth to get rid of it sometimes. Sometimes they bark and try to scare. So barking is a precursor to a bite, right? So a dog, ruff, 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 and then the mailman disappears. Ruff, 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 and the squirrel disappears. So they learn quickly that by being vocal, barking will make things disappear. But when something happens, when that thing doesn't disappear, then they're almost psychologically forced to bite them.
Right.
And but again, in my world, it's not that big of a deal, because so with Jack and Ethel, Jack bit a couple of people, and she took the dog to the vet, and the vet said, once a dog bites like that, you have to put him down because he's so unpredictable. And this, of course, gets me crazy. And if you watch last week's Facebook video, you'll see, I think there's a video of Jack.
Yeah, there is. Yep, the whole training process.
Right. And when we say the whole training process, it's really,
10 minutes.
It's not a process. I mean, it's a process, but we've taken out, now, in 2 minutes after the commercial, we're going to invite Jonathan in, and we're going to talk about Luna, because Luna is the same exact thing as Jack. It's the same thing. Luna nip, bit, however people want to call it. Some people say my dog attacked somebody. Some people want to say my dog nipped me, bit me. It's all the same. It's the same thing. And most times, there's always a reason. The question is identifying it. For example, I've seen dogs become aggressive because they were guarding a cheese doodle under a couch that nobody was aware of. So they don't see shadows. We're going to talk about the anatomy of a dog. Their eyesight isn't that great. They don't see acutely. They have great vision, night vision. They got great night vision. They got great peripheral vision. They see movement, but they don't see acute detail. And they don't see colors, detailed colors. They see kind of shadowy night vision kind of thing. So all the assumptions we make, we project on our dogs. Our #1 sense is our eyes. So, and the funny thing is, I always think of, when you go to a vet, they rarely check for hearing, eyesight, right? So when we go to, if you take a child to the doctor, the first thing they check is their hearing and their eyesight. But, in our nose, the dog's nose, we're going to talk about that more in depth, how the dog sees the world from 18 inches off the ground. And, our good friend Temple Grandin kind of decoded dog behavior. Because she describes it as dogs seeing the world in pictures, not necessarily items. And it's a really kind of a fascinating thing. We're going to talk about that. Let's see. We'll talk about service dogs. We'll talk about leash aggression is the topic, why dogs bite. We're going to take a 2-minute break, I think, and we're going to have Luna's dad, Jonathan, standing outside, and we'll see if he upsets the pack when he comes in here. So just stay with us, folks. If you're on Facebook, keep an eye on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You watch?
Oh, Luna's grandma's watching.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, hard. Good. That.
Good girl.
Nice. So Luna's dad's coming in. Relax. And you just come in and sit down, Jonathan. Don't look at the dog. Come in and sit down. Make Luna invisible. Attaboy. Right. So folks that are watching at home, this is Luna's dad, Jonathan. And now, of course, Luna's getting excited. And we got to teach Dad the 3 simple things that we teach people when they get their dog out of balance. Don't look, talk, or touch. So I'm looking at the camera, but I see Jonathan, and I see Luna, and I see Ashley picking up her coffee, so I see things. I don't stare at things. If I were to stare at Jonathan right now and not take my eyes off him, that'd be a little weird. And then if I got closer to him, it would be even weirder. So humans, mammals, all mammals, our eyes are an important communication device. We do a lot of communicating with our eyes. And then talking and touching. So we're going to talk all about that. And we're going to introduce Luna. We're going to you'll tell us a story about Luna, when you got her, all these things, the little different circumstances that we're here. And
Yeah, you just talk right into that.
yeah, bring that up, and you talk a couple inches away. See
Yeah,
if she'll go
fist
up.
away.
Yeah, perfect.
Come on.
There you go. There's Luna. Now Luna's grandma's watching.
Yes.
What's her name?
Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
All right,
Luna's,
guys.
Luna's being a
30
good.
seconds.
Luna's being a good girl. Luna's being a nice girl. So far, we all have our. How many fingers? We're going to count our fingers before we leave. I have my 10. Actually, if you stick with us during the next break, we have 7 minutes. We're going to go out in the airport, which is crazy, right? Airports are crazy. There's PA systems, there's noise, there's movement. So we'll do a little demonstration. Let's see. Jackie Von Dans, do you have any
5,
criticisms?
3.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Dish on Dogs, the show. We try to explain dog needs versus human needs. Although we're all mammals, dogs and humans, we are so evolved. We stand erect. We have this neocortex, this brain that is full of emotion and craziness and confusion and drama. And dogs don't have that. They are the opposite of drama. They want to know that they're safe and secure. So you're listening to The Dish on Dogs. I'm your host, Mike Gould. Houndstown, USA is home to the happiest dogs on earth. We're expanding rapidly, and I'm almost certain if you live on Long Island, there's a location very close to you. So go to houndsdownusa.com and look at our locations. All the new locations are doing free temperament tests, free doggy daycare, all kinds of good things. So, as I said, South Oyster Bay Road in Hicksville, Stewart Avenue in Garden City. And so, as I said earlier, for those of you watching on Facebook, you know that we're here with Ashley. We have our special guest is Luna, the Australian Shepherd. She's going to get a close-up. Oh, very dangerous, Luna. Very dangerous. So, and then I'd like to introduce, of course, Mr. Jonathan. Let's just say Jonathan in case he's, he'd like to remain anonymous. So Jonathan's here. Welcome to the show, Jonathan.
Thank you.
So, tell us about Luna. Tell us about, what was happening with Luna.
So when we first got her, she was great, no issues. We took her around to the park, to, stores.
Yeah, boy, good.
And she was great. There were no issues.
How old was she?
We got her around 5 months.
Okay.
And then about a year and a half in, she just snapped and changed completely. Started being aggressive and barking, growling, snarling,
Right.
attempting to bite, and did bite a couple
Right.
times.
Right. And you bring her to doggy daycare. That's how we met, kind of. And what's your experience like coming and going? So if you take Luna out on a leash or, walk, what is that like for you?
If there's anyone in the vicinity, she tries to run and
Right.
attack.
Okay. Right, and there's been some incidences where she used her teeth to resolve, and you were one of them, right?
Yes.
And when we spoke on the phone, you said it was kind of from nowhere, right? You said it was kind of unpredictable. You kind of thought it was kind of like not psychotic, but unpredictable behavior. And I'm always of the opinion there's an underlying thing. And when we think about it, I asked you what you were doing, and you were opening the refrigerator.
That's correct.
Right. So if you think about it from a dog's perspective, what's in the refrigerator? Food. So if you have a dog, dogs are required by nature to insert themselves in a pack. So there's a very clear ranking order and it is in human families, right? There's a hierarchy generally. Sometimes they're not. I mean, not in my house. There's not the right hierarchy. My grandchildren are in charge, so everything's backwards. But in dog world, there's a very strict social order. And dogs and humans, because humans are wonderful. So I mean, obviously, Jonathan and his wife bring Luna to daycare, so they're wonderful, loving, caring pet owners. And I say this all the time. They'll do anything. The best food, the best of everything, best beds and so forth. But very rarely do we understand the mind of the dog, the brain of the dog, and what the dog really needs. So in Luna's case, we've been working with her like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're going to demonstrate after this, and it's always difficult. I mean, we're at the airport. There is so much distraction. We don't go to sterile environments. We go opposite. We want to be where the action is.
The crazy stuff.
The crazy stuff. So we want to see. So it's in our world, it's not what dogs do. It's what humans do in reaction to the dog's behavior. So if a dog pulls on a leash, we correct her slightly. A correction is not, it's such a low-key thing. It's analogous to the mother biting the dog. So dogs resolve their conflict in a pack by biting each other. That's how they do. They don't communicate. They don't read books. They don't watch videos. They bite each other. And that's what they do at doggy daycare, and that's how they learn their lessons in life. So unfortunately, or fortunately, we humans have to kind of mimic, because we've removed them from a pack. So Luna hasn't been in a natural pack since she was maybe 3 months old or so, and that's when she was in a natural world. And then we take her, very loving people take her, and they don't realize. And I would probably say, if you thought back, Jonathan, she probably didn't wake up one day and this behavior just started. Like it evolves. It starts with a growl, it starts with a bark, it starts pulling, and then you pull back, and there's kind of like this tug of war takes place. Mm-hmm. And that's precisely what leash aggression is. So tell me more about it. How is she at 3 o'clock in the morning when everybody's sound asleep?
She's fine.
She's fine, right. She's sleeping. She's sleeping, right. So that's what we say. Dogs are always telling us something. So she's not a serial killer. She's not sneaking out the window and killing people at night and coming back, right? So she doesn't have the mental... First of all, she couldn't get out if she wanted to because she doesn't have fingers, thumbs, and she doesn't have the capacity to do it. So her reaction to stimulation is quick and furious. And in your case, I'm pretty certain we're going to find out, and this is going to be a great case study. We're going to show you how you just have to be the leader of the dog. And leadership doesn't come. We don't talk, look, or touch dogs. We don't shove dog biscuits. We don't use food. And you're going to see, hopefully, why that's bad. Because actually giving a dog food, especially a dog like Luna, it makes you a weaker member of the pack. So if she's biting the owner, that means she's just ahead of him. And then she didn't go to mall, Jonathan. It might have hurt like hell and he had to get stitches, but she's got big, long teeth that go right through your hand. Mm-hmm. So she just said, stay out of my refrigerator. And she bit you, and you said, ow. And there was probably some associated drama, yelling, and I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then... Right, so we try to make sure we set her up for failure. We set very strict boundaries, as you see. So what was your experience? You were just waiting for us here. So what did you think when you saw us?
I was absolutely amazed that she was walking on a leash and around just in the public, and she was fine.
And you and I never met before.
No.
But I sound like the amazing Preston. But we've never met. No, but we haven't, right? And I said...
Briefly in passing.
Briefly in passing in our lobby. Yeah. And I think somebody said, Ashley, maybe the leash aggression was kind of so severe that you had to go in and out of private entry door. Is that true?
Yeah, Luna has her own entrance exit.
Right. So this is pretty funny, and unfortunately we don't have a before video. So when you were waiting for us here in the airport, and we came in, so your impression, what was your takeaway from that?
That she is able to be trained, and it's me as the owner that is not doing the right thing with correcting her behavior.
Yeah, but you know, and the funny thing is, here's what I say, and I hate to put it's why pet owners are wonderful, loving people, as I said. So this isn't a deliberate, this isn't a lack of doing something. We're going to see during our break. I tell people this, and this is to listeners here. We do something called turbo dog training. Turbo meaning fast, fast, fast. And I tell people it's so easy that you can't do it. Most people can't do it, or it takes them a big, long time, because our brain we want to analyze information, we want to study, we want to see what an Australian Shepherd does, and we want to study all these things. And this is so simple. It's like I describe it as putting air in if you have a flat tire, you don't need to know how to be a mechanic. You just put air in the flat tire and you drive your car away. So what we have here, Jonathan and Luna. Luna has a flat tire, and Jonathan is going to just put some structure in. Whether we do it tonight or it's not a big deal. This is going to take a very short period of time. But during our break, Ashley's going to do this. And here's the bottom line. Is Ashley can do it, I can do it. Everybody, we have no magical connection to dogs. We don't hypnotize the dogs. We certainly don't medicate the dogs. In fact, if we have aggressive dogs, we take them off any medication and let them be who they are. But we do see it. Can the dog hear? Can the dog see? And we respect the dog's space. So most of dog bites occur because of a spatial reason. Somebody reached down to pet the dog. We just ignore that she's laying down perfectly fine here. And an airport, as I said earlier, is not a sterile environment by any stretch of the imagination. We're taking a 7-minute break. The people on Facebook, stay with us, because we're going to go outside and just see how Luna is, and we'll see. So, and then we'll be back in 7 minutes for a follow-up conversation. Hopefully we'll all have 10 fingers when we get back. All right, go ahead, Ashley. You stay here for a second, Jonathan. See you in a few minutes, folks. And then just walk her around a little. And I'm going to take Jonathan. You're going to take the pad. All right, let's go outside. Give us a 2-minute heads up. All right, let's get in here. Let's. All right, folks, here I am, Mayor of Houndstown. So here we have Luna. Ashley's relaxed. Go up on, so she'll do some agility training. Look at her body. There's nothing happening, and obviously, people will say, well, there's nobody here. We'll find people, trust me. So here she is. Here's a squeaky toy is a dying, distressed animal. That's why dogs want to take their canine teeth and chew the what is it? The insides out. So we create distractions. It's fun. It's relaxed. She is so relaxed. Look at her arms. Look at the dog. Then the dog is relaxed. Come back this way. And when she stops, the dog is going to sit. You read the dog. As soon as her mouth opens up, we know that she's nice and relaxed. I could play ball. She got up. Ashley corrects. So a physical correction. That is a nylon collar. It's not a pinch collar. It's not an electric collar. It's not a chain. It's a piece of nylon. You're going to walk by us. You're going to head by. Dad's over there. We're going to get you in on this, I think, Jonathan. I think we are, but just 1 minute. So we're looking for people. All right, we got people. Come on. Come on. You go in there. Head towards there. Keep an eye. Good. She corrects. Watch. She's teaching the dog how to be. Keep going. Good. 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 Make her right. Yeah. Good. She corrected him. Notice he just sniffed at the garbage can. That is not usually observable, but there's food there, so she corrected. Come to a stop. She asked him sit. Step out with your right. Drop the leash. Ask her to sit. And we're playing around. This is how we teach. We teach with distractions. We don't teach to sit in our kitchen with a bunch of dog biscuits. She's going to go back, and you're going to walk. And then what I want you to do is, Jonathan, you make a left, Ashley. You relax. You're just fine. And then let Jonathan walk along your right side. You go on her right side. Just walk with her like you're taking a walk. Keep going. You keep going, Ashley. Just keep going. Slow down a little. Let Jonathan catch up. Keep going. Move. Hand on the leash. And you just stay there. Good. Show him how to hold it. Good. Keep going. This is turbo dog training, folks. We don't fool around. Keep going. Don't slow down, Jonathan. Don't slow down. Snap when there's tension. Relax your hands. Relax your body. Relax. Relax your right hand. Your right hand. Drop it. Yeah. Now make a right turn towards us. Turn right. Just come on. That was a left. All right. So here's where the problem comes. There he is. He's doing good. Relax. But watch the difference with Jonathan and the difference between Jonathan and Ashley. Come on, keep moving. Attaboy. Snap it a little. Snap. Yeah, keep moving though when you do it. Don't tear your hands up. Keep going. You're doing fine. Now what I want you to do, Jonathan, is slow down, come to a stop, ask him to sit. Relax your body and look up. So this is how we coach people. We just get people to relax. It's hard to get people to relax. And don't forget, he already has ideas in his head about he's worried, he sees people, so he has anxiety. And when he has anxiety, the dog has anxiety. You can see Luna is already looking at people 50 feet away, but the dog will tell you what he needs. This is the first 2 minutes that we've been doing any kind of instruction. What I want you to do is nice and relaxed, walk out with your left foot. Just go, walk. Yeah, just go. Just forget the dog's there. There's no dog. It's just you, that boy. And you can see you start adjusting. 2 minutes. All right, we got to get back here. You're doing great. When the dog pulls, snap a little. Good. Keep moving when you do it. That was perfect. Perfect. Now slow down, come to a stop, and ask her to sit. And relax. And that's our turbo training, correct? I'm just screwing you up. Snap it. I'm sorry. I say correct. When I say correct, it's just a little snap of the leash. And everybody's good. I can run away. And I can be silly. And the dog is relaxed because Jonathan's relaxed. If Jonathan tightens up on the leash, the dog is going to feel this tension. All right, we're going to go back inside and we're going to see how Jonathan felt about our 5-minute turbo training. Yeah, she'll take him. She's already, the dog. She's already in her chair. She knows her spot. She knows her spot already. And then we can talk about that experience. That was pretty good.
Take my seat.
Got a good review already. From Jackie Bondanza.
You can't have the biscuits. Good girl. Good training.
And we're going to talk about these things, these distractions, and how we teach a dog to live in our crazy world. The human world is an insane place. An airport is an insane place. Yeah, now you're nice and relaxed. You did a great job, Jonathan. That was like super turbo. That was turbo charge.
Exactly. 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I take it.
Yeah, if she can sit there for a while, I'll use her as an example of.
She can hear it.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Dish on Dogs. I'm your host, Mike Gould, and we're here tonight live every Monday night at 8 o'clock, except at them damn Islanders, the hockey, that crazy.
They're doing well, so there might be more
they're doing
games.
good. That's good for them, bad for us. But if you think about it, the mammalian game of hockey. So when we talk about dogs, we try to interpret, what we do, because we're mammals. We've just happened to evolve at a great, much rapid pace. So dogs, this dog here, Luna, she's like she was 35,000 years ago. A little bit, meaning she still looks like more of a wolf than she does a human. She's not standing up. She just hasn't grown thumbs. So she's stuck back there in the evolutionary chain. She's back 35,000 years ago with some selective breeding. We bred out certain traits for our working purposes. Anyway, make a long story short, this is a beautiful animal. So Jonathan, when we talk about turbo training, so for those of you who stayed on Facebook, and we'll show you should watch it. If not, we'll put it on somewhere. But it's kind of amazing. So we gave Jonathan the leash with a little instruction. He did great. It's a little awkward at first. It's like learning a dance step. What were you thinking? Just describe what's happening. Get a little closer to that microphone.
I was overall nervous because I know how she is at home and in public. So to do this here was nerve-wracking, but...
Right. And it's live, no less. Yeah,
exactly.
It's live,
Yeah.
so we're really...
when she attacks, everyone sees it.
but the point was she showed no signs of aggression here. But you're saying a lot of important things, and I appreciate your honesty, right? So it is nerve. I was nervous when he tells me, the dog bit 4 people.
Are you okay?
I'm not crazy. I have a great deal of respect for dogs, so I don't think Jonathan's crazy. I believe people when they tell me their dogs bit somebody, So the point was, and then, as Jonathan said, he's nervous. He has a history, so his human brain is already transmitting anxiety because he's anxious. And most people, almost everybody, if you weren't anxious, there'd be something wrong with you, because this is where your human brain is coming in handy. But once we tighten up on that leash, and that's the whole point to this, and what I said to you very simply was, every time there's a little tension, I said to correct the dog. I mean, we literally had this discussion 30 minutes ago, so you don't even know the terminology. So when I say correct the dog, you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Right, so I had to explain my human brain, how to communicate to Jonathan's human brain, so we can translate in dog to Luna. And that's what this is all about. It's about relaxing, but of course using common sense. We didn't go up to a pack of children and say, hey, pet my dog Luna. That would be insanity. And conversely, a pack of people shouldn't come up to Luna and have the presumption that she can pet the dog. It's weird. So dog bites happen from spatial issues 9 times out of 10, meaning somebody violates the dog's space. All right, tell me a little bit more now. So how do you feel right now after you walked a little bit?
I feel a little more relieved.
Right. And you
Definitely.
and you see the potential, at least.
Yes.
All right. What do you think about this, Professor?
Well, and the funny thing is, even Danielle too, we never really seen the extent of it, because we just see the little passing in Mommy, we're in a playroom running around with her.
I just told them today she bit 3 or 4 people.
We're like,
on the car ride here, I didn't disclose to them his history, her history. Is it a boy or a girl?
Girl. But she's been coming for daycare and boarding for quite some time. She boards and comes to daycare frequently. She's here every week.
And how is she with the other dog?
She's fantastic. And we have new staff come in and out, and she's never given us an issue. But also, we don't have her on a leash.
Right.
When she's out taking walks, we kind of just move her back and forth with the kennel.
Right. And our secret is we don't let dogs cross social boundaries. We love them, but we understand what their needs is. And that's what this whole show is about, is filling in the gap. Everybody has ideas about dogs. They want a dog to do this. They want a dog to do that. They want therapy dogs, emotional support dogs. They want a stability dog, whatever that is. And they want all of these things. But a dog is incapable of doing these things. Hi, baby. She's right here. Here's the killer dog over here. So we have to understand the anatomy of a dog. Dogs don't see very well. They live 18 inches off the ground. They have tremendous hearing, and more importantly, they see the world more with their nose than they do with any other sensory perceptor. So we have to take all those things into consideration. Their eyes don't adjust quickly to light, going from light to dark. So if we are oblivious to this, and most dog owners, including my family, friends, they're oblivious to the psychological needs of the dog. They understand what a dog needs. They know to take the dog to the vet. They know to get this and that, but they don't take care of the psychological needs of the dog and just put structure. Tell me, where does Luna sleep at night? Be honest.
Either in the crate or in the bed.
Oh, which bed? Your bed.
Our bed. Yes.
So there. So right. The first answer was good. She slept in the crate. Right.
It's like
She
nobody
does both.
wants to hear.
Right. No, but that's the honest thing. Because here's the thing. I already know it. So I describe people how they live at home, and they're like, "How do you know that?" I know what happens when the doorbell rings. Is she nice and polite? And
No.
What's that look like?
Well, we don't have a doorbell, but
No.
if someone comes to the door,
They knock.
Yeah.
And what happens?
she freaks.
She freaks. And what does that mean? What does that look like?
She runs to the door very aggressively and
And then what do you do in response to that?
pull her back.
Right. And I get it, because that's common sense. You're not going to let the dog bite somebody. But the point was, we all let our dogs get out of balance. And out of balance is just that. A noise at the front door. A door is just an opening in a wall. It's not a door. Dogs don't understand anything. They don't understand anything in our human world, unless it's dirt, trees, and rocks. That's what they understand. They don't understand chairs. They don't understand vacuum cleaners. So when I ask that question, I already know the answer. Where does a dog sleep? In bed. And so the dog has crossed the social boundary, and that's wonderful. My dogs, Jackie fights dogs, in bed all the time, but they get invited in. And so it's a social boundary. That's the best way to describe it. And when you set boundaries, the dog responds. It's really remarkable, I think, when you watch the dog, because it's like she already knows this. She was just waiting for you to do it for her, like to walk her correctly, like to have her subordinate.
Right.
So we talk about that. And this is not heavy-handed, as I said. Right, Ashley?
No, and you would think, most people would think it would be heavy-handed because the dog's reaction is very aggressive and quick, and
Right.
they're not very gentle about it. So you'd think you would need a heavier hand, but you don't, because that correction, they haven't gotten it before.
Right. And this, as I said, this is a nylon collar on the dog. We've never collapsed the dog's trachea. Just for those of you watching at home on Facebook, I'll show you what a correction is. That's the correction. Look, folks, it's nothing. I do this with two fingers, and that's enough for Luna. Actually, to be very honest with you, Luna is very what we would call soft. She's soft to a correction, meaning she responds to it very nicely, so you don't have to, and you'll see people do this, pulling back and forth, and that's what creates the drama and the getting the dog out of balance. So that was interesting. So now we love Luna. So she'll be on our Facebook. We'll follow up. We're going to do some training with you, and it's really going to be. It's funny. I don't even like to say the word training, because it's just we're going to teach you how to relax, how to correct the dog in the moment of time. It's a nanosecond when the dog is looking at something or her ears come forward, where you're just going to go like that, and you'll distract the dog from what it's focused on or getting focused on. So we can't wait until the behavior already starts. Once she's like ballistic, there's nothing I can do or you can do. But when we were walking here, and I don't know if people saw it, but there was just 1 second that she sniffed the garbage can, which looks normal to most people. Don't even see that as it's okay. It's a dog. It's sniffing a garbage can. But what's in the garbage can is food, and she is food motivated. And Ashley corrected her. We kind of do this correction. I don't even like to call it a correction because it sounds like something.
No, we don't even think about it. It's
Right.
like second nature.
And on the other side to corrections is love, physical love. So we love and we give the dog what its needs are. And right now she is happy as can be right now. There's no anxiety. Knock on the window. Wait, watch when I do my squeaky toy. Watch Luna. You got her on there?
Yep.
So a squeaky toy is what? As I said, all right, we got to take our break. We're going to keep Jonathan here. We're going to come back. All right, we're going to come back and talk about raising your dog in a squeaky toy factory. See you after the break. Hi, babe. Woof, woof.
Do you want me to start taking down the sign?
Yes, please.
What's the matter?
She's gonna take the sign down.
Yeah, I don't even know if the other people are coming, but you can do
I
that.
usually hear them.
Just watch it. She doesn't get confused by Dee. But yeah, let her take the sign down.
There's a comment too.
There's a comment.
Yeah, so Lori LaCastro.
Lori LaCastro.
She watches pretty frequently.
Hi, Lori.
They got a new puppy, and he will not stop. She won't stop using us as a chew toy. It's past teething.
Oh,
He doesn't
okay.
understand. No, stop, down, otherwise.
All right, we're going to talk about this right after the break. Lori, if you listen, dogs don't talk, so they don't know no. They don't come with a dictionary. You can't explain what no is. They don't know what down is. They don't know anything. The secret is not talking. If you stay with us after this show, why don't we do this? Why don't we at, what time is this over? Like 8:25 or so, or 8:30?
It's already 8:48.
I mean, what time are we over? What we'll do is a little Facebook Live after this for 5 minutes, just for Lori's purposes.
We're over pretty much right before 9 o'clock. Like 9 o'clock.
All right. So at 9 o'clock, we're going to stay with us for the folks on Facebook Live. At 9 o'clock, as soon as we wrap up here, Jonathan, Luna, Ashley, and I will go out into the airport here, and we'll do a little training and explain why.
I'm thrilled.
that you don't look, talk, or touch the dog, and the dog is just waiting for your leadership. You come to the table with love, but it's human love. Your human love is kind of ambiguous. Dog love is good. So as soon as we wrap up, we're going to stay with this. I forget what else we're talking about. We got to talk about Bruno going back to the shelter. And then we'll talk to Lori about her puppy.
And then your big trip tomorrow.
A big trip. Big trip. So, yeah, stay with us on Facebook after the show. A couple of minutes after, we'll go in the lobby. I mean, right after, actually. Dee will come and film a little training thing so we make it clear.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Dish on Dogs. I'm your host, Mike Gould. You're listening to Hounds Down Radio. And I encourage folks to go on, if you want to see some of our videos, go on Hounds Down Radio Facebook page. And we have a lot of videos here. We're joined tonight by Jonathan and his lovely dog, Luna. I'm here with Ashley. And we're doing some training, live training tonight, which, like I said, it's a little bit... W.C. Fields, for those of you young enough to know who that was, never worked with animals or children because they were always so unpredictable. So, but Luna is actually doing really well, and that's because Jonathan's doing really well. So when my pet owners call and say the dog's doing good, that's because they're doing good. And if people can wrap their heads around the difference between dogs and humans, I mean, when I do seminars, I literally get on the ground, I crawl around, I take my thumbs, because I put my thumbs and just crawl around on the floor.
He does. It's not a joke.
It's weird. And then I get into, we got video. And I get into people's space because the world where they live, where Luna is living right now, which is about 3 inches off the ground, is completely different to where we are. Everything, our world is designed for humans.
The perception's different.
Everything is different, right? So perception of everything. They see under things. So when I asked Ashley to have the dog jump on the chairs, that looks simple, but a lot of times dogs don't understand it because they see underneath the chair. It doesn't make any sense to them. So anyway, Jonathan. So let's see. So what are some of the other behaviors? How is she with the rest of your family?
Certain members she's good with, others she's not so good with.
Like what? Give me an example. Like what happens? I try to figure, like, she's selective, let's call it that word. Like, so who lives in the house with you?
My wife, her mother, a couple of her sisters.
Okay, and some of them they get along, and some.
Yep.
And how do you have to manage that then? Do you have to separate them?
Yeah, we separate them. They don't come near the room when they know she's in the room. Or
How old are they? Roughly, you don't have to give away their
20s.
All right, they're not children,
Yeah, no.
so there's no children. Do they want to have a relationship or really not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all doable then. So this is a great opportunity. Would they like to participate in this or not really? I mean, some people just don't like dogs. I mean, I get it. I don't like cats. So, I don't like cats. So I don't want to be part of a cat's world. I'm allergic to them. So does your family members want to have a relationship?
Yeah.
So what does it look like, though? I'm trying to visualize. So, like, somebody comes home, what happens?
So we keep her either in the bedroom or in a separate room, or in the backyard when we're out with her. And if anyone comes home, they know, like, if she's outside or in a specific room, they can't go to the other room.
And has there ever been a mistake where somebody said, "Oh shoot, I don't know"?
We've been pretty good.
All right, so yeah, right. But it must.
Everyone's on the same page.
All right, that's good. They're on the same page. So now, if we can shift it, and if get on the same page of kind of understanding her better, and I describe it as like this because many times people don't want to be involved. They're very busy. They couldn't care. They don't want to. They don't want to go home. They don't even need that pressure on them. But I say this, it's like buying a piano. People say, so it's not like you're going to be the master of the dog and it's only going to listen to you. It's not that way. The dog will respond to anybody who implements a little bit of leadership in the dog's life. So I describe it as buying a piano. If you buy a piano, whoever wants to play it learns how to play the piano. But just by one person, it doesn't come automatically. So if that's something they're interested in doing, I'd like to do it for my own edification and for my viewers to see how this is. And you promise maybe you'll do a little video when you go home just to see, because it doesn't stay this way. And this is the other important point. We're not training Luna. We're not training her. We're training humans to react to the dog and understand the dog's behavior in the different moments of time. Because as soon as she leaves here and goes home, she's going to revert back, and so are you. We all do. When we get home, we are in our comfort zone. Everybody sits in the same chair at home. They eat dinner at the same place. Nobody moves around and sits at a different table. Everybody goes to their comfort zone. And that's what happens. And in Luna's mind, it's not your house, it's her house. And she's got everybody, she's manipulating everybody. And it'll be kind of fun, I think, to follow.
And I mean, we've used her, when you train franchisees or new staff coming into the Houndstown world. Luna's been one of those dogs that we have in the play group with 15 other dogs, and there's 8 brand new people that she's never met before.
And many of them are very fearful.
But, because they've never been in a group with 20 dogs.
Right. But you're right. It's very intimidating, and So again, when we look at things like squeaky toys, I use this all the time because people got to understand a squeaky toy is a dying animal. It's in distress. That's what it means to a dog. It doesn't mean it's a reindeer, whatever the hell this thing is. It makes the sound, and watch it. Watch
She's sleeping right
She's
now.
sleeping. All right, this is perfect. So now she's sound asleep. It's in the middle of the night, and now outside there's a raccoon dying. Stimulated her. You don't have to be an animal behaviorist, and she would like nothing more to take this squeaky toy and eviscerate it and take the squeaker out of it. A ball, when you throw a ball, that's a rabbit. So these things all mimic nature. So I'm tapping into predator dream. She'd like to kill this. What if everybody says, "What? You get them a squeaky toy, what do? They take the squeaker out, they kill it." What is a stick? A stick is a bone of another animal. They like to chew it, crunch it, break it, sometimes bury it. My dogs, we got holes all over the backyard from our dogs taking bones and burying them. And that's primal behavior. We kind of do the same thing, only we take our bones and put them in the refrigerator or the freezer.
Right.
And then when Jonathan goes into the refrigerator or freezer and Luna's not thrilled about that, she bites him and says, "Stay away from my food." Because his house has become her house. And that's everybody. The dogs quickly, they're like bad house guests. They come over for a little while when they're 5 months old, and then they take over the place. And so it's going to be a nice, easy fix. All right, so Jonathan, I appreciate you coming in today. we're going to follow this story, and I really would if you could get, you know, I don't want you to make her crazy. It would be great if
It's not
you...
that hard.
Right, I'm guessing it's not. But if you could just do a little 2-minute video, and then we'll follow up next week, and we'll balance it out. And any of your family members that want to participate, this is about having fun and relaxing. It's not serious. You have to be relaxed in order to do this. So that is a challenge I would like for you to participate in, and any of your family members. And that'll be fun, and we'll see the difference. She's mugging for the camera. If she grew up in a squeaky toy factory, she wouldn't be looking at the squeaky toys. If she grew up in a doorbell factory, your dogs wouldn't be jumping at the door. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going on a trip to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we're opening a facility, a pet care Hounds down in Pittsburgh. Then I'm driving to Detroit, where we're opening 3. We're opening 3 Hounds down USA's.
Oh boy.
Then I'm flying to Atlanta, where we're opening 2. Then I'm going to Nashville, where we're opening 2. So we're going to have a busy week, and I'm really excited. We're going to be going to Orlando soon.
That's nice.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Nothing against Detroit, but
Yeah, we love Detroit, but we like the summer. I like to wear my Speedo. I get into my I get into my Speedo. Yeah, sometimes I don't even wear my Speedo, so that's even worse. But we don't have to go there. So yeah, we have a lot of good stuff happening in Houndstown. We have a lot of fun. That's what we do. It's fun, fun, fun. So I said happy birthday to my sister.
congrats to Lauren.
Congrats to Lauren. Lauren got married. I don't know, congratulations, condolences, whatever. No, we went to her wedding. It was wonderful. You know what I always say? Marriage is a great institution, but who wants to spend the rest of their life in an institution? That's a joke. Come on, loosen up. We're all married for the moment.
Danielle's like, I'll stay
Yeah, Danielle, you stay where you're at. Don't get married. Join us next Monday. It's going to be live. Maybe we'll follow up with Luna. We'll certainly we'll talk a little bit more about the anatomy of a dog, what triggers dog bites, why they bite, and they're honestly not the end of the world. It hurts, but if you don't have your face by the dog, you're in pretty good shape. What else did I want to say? With that, congratulations to Lauren and Derek. They got a great pace in Island Park. Truth is, they're sold out. We're all sold out. That's why if you want a good business, buy a Houndstown. We'll see you next Monday night, live at 8 o'clock. Adios, amigos.
Do you want me to end this or
You wanted to do your little spiel, right?
What?
You want to stay Facebook Live for a little bit?
Yeah, so you go out.
And you have to, Lori LaCastro wanted to.
What, Lori?
About the chewing people.
Chewing people. All right, let's go
do you want
outside.
me to follow you out with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys out, and I'll follow you. And I'll take all my junk. It doesn't look like anybody's coming.
No, I don't
No,
think
I
so.
think we're fine.
Just get as much stuff out of here as we can. Put this stuff down over here. Here, come back over here. So Lori wants to know. And then I'll just come over and you just hand me the leash. Good girl. Good. Good. So now she's confused. She was with Ashley, she was with Jonathan. So this is really to the point of Lori's question. We just put structure in the dog's life. As I said, I'm relaxed, the dog's relaxed. Can yell, I can do all kinds of things. I don't have to be tense. She jumps, I correct her. You see what happened? She jumped, I set a boundary. Now I walk. Look at my body. 2 fingers. So when I asked Jonathan, and he'll learn this, when I asked him to do it, he started going like this. He started automatically putting tension on the dog. We want to be like this. If I want to teach her agility, good girl. Good, good, good. When I stop, she stops it. I use my finger, I don't need a clicker. Step out my right foot, she stays. Did I throw the ball? Go get the ball over there. So everything is relaxed. So this is important. We've been doing this for you know how long? About an hour. About an hour. So, as I said, Lori, what is a ball? A ball is a bunny rabbit. I'm going to throw the ball, and she might chase it. If she does, I'm going to correct her. Sit. And then I love her. This is the other side. Throw. So now I'm relaxed. Watch. No tension. Here goes the bunny rabbit. I'm watching her ears out of my peripheral vision. If you notice, I'm not staring, I'm not bending over, I'm not pointing my finger, I'm not talking to her because she doesn't understand English. She don't understand human language. So I'm going to throw. Now she didn't go. Throw. Now watch. This is not heavy-handed. Sit. Watch the bunny rabbit. Now she's going to throw it to me. And now I'm in the backyard. I'm having a beer. I'm relaxed. I'm playing ball with my grandchildren. No hands. I love her. I pick up a leash because energy is coming. Energy. But I'm not restraining. Throw. Whoa. Whoa. I correct. So this is creative. And this is great. Jonathan is like, aha, I see what I mean.
There it is.
I told you. So a human, and what's the human doing? The human is looking at something. But it's just not, it's just an anomaly, but that's the end of it. Now watch what we do. Then there's a PA system. What is that? The gods of the airport. So I'm going to keep moving. There's a lot of energy. Let's get out of here. Now, there's a lot happening. A lot happening. PA systems, humans, the luggage on wheels, those are animals to a dog. And then if somebody kind of came up, and what happened, for those of you who couldn't see what triggered that, some woman came over and she started looking at a sign. But to a dog, that was really suspicious. So she reacted, and I reacted. But what I didn't do is this, and hold her back and say, oh my God. So we're just dancing. Whoop. Throw. I don't know if does this answer, hey, she wants to hurt me. Does this answer Lori's question? What was the question?
Lori's question was her dog bites their hands pretty hard now.
Right. So she tried to jump. Right. Yeah. If she jumps, we set boundaries. We're just setting boundaries for the dog. I'm going to correct. See, his ears are forward. Her ears are forward. If I was tense, she would then immediately go. So I corrected her for thinking about it. So I'm trying to be ahead of her. She actually took me off guard when she started, so I wasn't watching. So here's all people. And Jonathan is like super nervous. He's like,
yes.
All right, we're getting out of here. I see the police are coming. Let's, we're going to take John. Are we taking Luna with us? Or you?
She was boarding. We just
Yeah,
didn't know.
she's
We were planning on taking her back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No pressure.
So
You keep her.
no pressure. So there's a lot of activity here. But what I'm doing is teaching her, socializing her, letting her understand that this is what life is about. If somebody stopped now and made eye contact, she might growl. All right.
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up, all right? What are you doing?
We're wrapping this up, folks. We're getting the boot from the airport. All right. Hounds down USA.
Want me to finish it?
What?
Finish it?
Yeah.